guys, I'm just gonna start ripping out the manifold now before we check what's underneath it. I might as well clean the throttle body, put a new gasket on it. I'm gonna do this on time lapse so you can actually see all the work without getting bored with my voiceover or with the chaotic noise in the background in case I don't do the voiceover for this video. Okay guys, so I've removed the throttle body and you can see the blow by. That means there was issues with the the crankcase ventilation system. So now we're going to clean this throttle body and open up the manifold a bit more. So just wanted to check this first to see if my suspicions are true. Now we're going to dig into it more. Okay guys, so now we released that little box down there, the electrical box, 2 screws. And now I'm going to tackle the top part here, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 nut bolts. Let's see what size are they. That's strange. 11 and 11. Okay, that's 11. Okay guys, so far I've taken off all these nuts and bolts and the studs up here and a T25 screw at the back. And now this thing is just able to move around quite easily. And we're gonna try not to crack anything because it's really cold outside and all this might just need a reason to crack. Don't even need much force. Let's weave out these cables out of here down below. We're gonna have to pull them up later. There's either 2 sensors or fuel rail, whichever one they are. And now let's pull this off while we're at it. And now we're gonna have to undo the electrical connections and some hoses down here. So for that, I'm gonna need a light and a pick tool to go at it. And we'll wind this off. Another connector there. Second connector is off. What else is connected to this box here? Let's see. Of course, there's a Y hose connection. And that's it. Excellent. Now that I know this doesn't have an oil separator, E83 with N52 engine, 2007 year build, you don't have the oil separator heater box here. You just get a Y connection hose from the top of the valve cover that connects to your manifold. And I'm just gonna pull it out, clean it, and see what else is going on. Why is there so much oil down below? Hopefully it's just leaking from the valve cover, the oil filter housing gasket, and just making a giant mess down there. Worst case scenario, we'll find out soon enough. Thing setting up here with the rubber attached to it. Let's pull that off. Now we have some space. Let's see what else is there. Okay guys, looks like finally we're having a win. Oh yeah, there. I was able to not break it because I didn't have that hose on hand. Now it's a matter of making this out here. Let's see what else is should hold that. Oh, wire clip. Alright, like that. Else. Not yet. There we go. Here comes the manifold now. Okay guys, I'm gonna replace this old hose because it's full of sludge with the new one, and open up this thingy here, check it all out, replace these intake valve seals, and put a new seal on the throttle body while I clean up the messy throttle body. So at the same time, I'm also going to take off my diesel valves and see what kind of condition they're in. Look at the amount of oil there, guys. Literally spewing out from it. Just sitting in quite a bit. Alright, without further ado, let's start cleaning it, guys. Avoid that with some compressed air later. For now, that can stay there. And now we're going to bring our attention to the oil filter housing gasket. That's another ugly one on this car. And I don't think I want to wait any longer to fix that. I think we're going to do it right now and then come back to this. E12. E12. Three of them to take the oil cooler off. There's one at the bottom. Okay guys, now the removal of oil filter housing gasket and the oil cooler is pretty easy. Oil coolers, 3 bolts. And I'm just using 10mm socket on these because the one down below is a bit of a challenge. I put some cardboard and some paper towels down there to catch the oil. I've removed the oil filter. And because I've taken off the manifold to do all that, it's going to be rather easy to take these Torx bolts off and take it off. Let's fix this. There we go. It's a little bit tricky to get to, but just remember it's about an inch from the second dimple right next to it. So deep 10 is perfect way to get to it because they got these little nubbins on top. See, there's a snaky SOB. Keep it here and let's work on getting this off now. Little 8mm wrench to the rescue. One bolt is out. Now it's time to get the rest of them out. Yeah. And here it comes, guys. Okay guys, I have to move it side to side and up and down. It's finally come off. Now I'm gonna put this hose here so no coolant leaks. Put it down on it, creating some weight and holding it in place. And now time to clean this mess here. Wow. Just this has been neglected for way too long. Look at the alternator. I don't even know how that thing is still working. Okay, we're gonna clean this up now before we change the gaskets on it. Alright guys, one final clean of the parts. I'm gonna spend some time cleaning up this whole area, getting this nice and tidy. And now, it's time to throw some fresh gaskets on the house. There's the housing, looks much cleaner than before. And now, let's put on this gasket, the housing gasket. The old one was just absolute done. That gasket looked more like RTV than a gasket. But I don't know if it was RTV now that I think of it, because whoever worked on it before loved to put that bloody thing on. So for right now, we got this puppy on, and we're gonna put this on. The shorter one is for here. That bolt is one of the most annoying things to do. You're probably better off just taking off this hose. If you're doing it, don't do it my way. I thought it was a shortcut, but it was not worth it. and all the hassle it creates. Just take the hose off and call it a day, guys. Much easier. Here's the other one. Let's tighten them up before we torque them. Okay, just a snug. All right. Now it's the turn for the problem child. I think I snugged it too much, guys. Learn from my mistakes. Leave it a little loose. That's why YouTube's the best. There's someone else making mistakes in front of you, showing you what not to do. How good is that? Right. Okay, I'm gonna try and tackle this with a smaller 8mm socket and see how we go. Okay guys, so far so good. So we've got all the bolts fitting snug, and now we're gonna torque them to 22 foot-pounds, which is not a whole lot, but that's what it asks for. So .22, and there we go. And now for the problem child, I might bring in my flexible extension and then we do that bolt. There we go. Alright, so now we got it all cleaned up. It's time to put the oil cooler gasket on, which was also shot before. So there we go. Hopefully no more leaks. Gonna order a new belt, degrease the crap out of this, and we're gonna take off the alternator. That's another thing for the to-do list for this car. Okay, these didn't get cleaned. That's sad. Gonna put these on and then quickly clean them up. Alright guys, so there's second bolt on. Just gonna do light snug here. So I want to make sure the bottom one matches. Okay guys, we're gonna do the same again. 23 foot-pounds. There we go. Oil filter housing gasket is done. Now we can put the filter back on. And that's one big problem sorted. If you want to know the torque, it's 25 Newton meters for the oil cap. And let's get on to the next job now, guys. Okay guys, so I've cleaned up the diesel valves. I didn't spray any chemicals on them. I just wiped all the oil off with paper because I don't know how the chemicals are going to react with the plastic, and Right now my valves have absolutely no play in them. They are perfectly good, and I don't want to cause any issues because they get expensive. This one's got slight play in it, but nothing drastic. Might need replacing in the future, but for now it's okay. We're gonna take off the angle sensor or whatever angle heating element thing in your valve and check this out. See how much oil is sitting in there, cleaning up and put it back in. So that's a T25 bolt and another T25. Now it's a matter of patiently prying this one out. There we go. Well, we have everything apart. We're gonna clean this element too and get it good for install again. This part's being replaced under the recall from BMW. And if you're doing this job, check to see if you have a recall on it, or actually check it before you do this job. We might be able to get this one replaced under the recall from BMW itself. Okay guys, now to clean it, I'm just going to use the master flow sensor again. Just spray it on. And then just let it dry. Okay guys, we got this angle element all cleaned up. It's just basically a straight through element. I've realized the only reason why I use master airflow sensor is it's easier on the plastic parts. It's not going to cause any deterioration as bad as the brake clean on your rubber parts. This sensor is cleaned. We're going to put that one on too and start putting it back together. Okay guys, so now it's time to put the angles element back on. It is a little bit of a snug fit, so it needs sensing to put it back on. There we go. That's in. We're also gonna put our diesel valve back on. It's all cleaned up now. And there we go. That back on. So I put these screws back on this now. Don't over tighten, it's only plastic and might crack. So just a little touch over snug is good. Okay guys, so for the small DISA, the big valve, the big screw is gonna go here, or the bolt. The small ones go in the deeper groove there. And then we're just gonna tighten it up. Actually, I need an extension for this. I want to do it. Just a snug tight after it's done. Because it's all plastic parts, guys. And there we go. Now we're gonna turn it around to see if the diesel valve is seated properly. You can see it from the side. And it looks like it is. Okay, so that's one Lisa done. Let's put the big guy back on. Okay, guys, let's put the big Lisa valve on. So make sure it's seated properly. So we don't want no leaks afterwards. Again, just tight to make sure that they're fitting snug. And now this plate can go on here. Okay guys, last but not least, let's put the sensor back on again. And it's supposed to face downwards. There we go. Fresh hose on for this. I really got to figure out the fitment for this now. This is the way it's gonna fit. The top connection is gonna go into the valve cover. Okay, that one's on. That one's on too. Now, ready to take this unit to the car and put it on. Alright guys, I've cleaned the mating surfaces here. I'll pull off these paper towels nicely. Take them all out. I've cleaned the engine there too. Guys, oh look. The valves look relatively spotless. All of them. And now I'll clean a bit of a mess in here too so I can track it. We've changed the valve cover gasket and the oil filter housing gasket here, of course. That also happened. And now I'm just gonna go grab the valve cover. This. And go grab the intake manifold and we're gonna start putting it on. Okay guys, we're just gonna do this install with time lapse because otherwise it takes hours for my videos to process. So let's get into it. Okay guys, now everything's put back together and everything's tightened up. We're just gonna start the engine and see what it sounds like after all the works are completed. Okay, let's see. Okay, steady idle. Nothing unusual, runs beautiful. Okay guys, if you like the video, then please subscribe. Soon enough we'll be doing the transmission service and the water pump change, and hopefully the drive shaft knock will be sorted out too, because it scraps and knock as soon as you start to drive. It just makes big clunky noises. Okay guys, we'll see how it shifts and how it runs on a cold motor. I haven't really warmed up the engine much, just to see if all the work that we did was actually worth it, if it's woken up the car a bit better and it's running any better. Oh yeah, sheer ribs. The money pit lives to see another day. There you go, you can hear it roaring in its full glory. So it needs some gas, but if you like the content guys, please subscribe, and if there's any videos that you want to see on the X3 3.0 and 52 motor, let me know and I'll do my best to film those. The project was successful, the car's running fantastic now. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and have a good one.